already forgotten the times you threatened to fall, clots of red from my inadequate uterus. In the middle of the night, rushed me fretting to the hospital, praying to a God I'm not quite sure I ever believed in. For your survival, I was unwilling to take chances. So just in case the conservative nuts were right about something, I chanted, said some semblance of contrition, made promises I knew I could not keep. I've nearly forgotten the tileism, which is really a fancy way to say the mouth feels frothy with globules of spit interrupting conversations in every room. I vomited, bled, spat out the belief that I could be somebody's mother now. I'm yours. Little girl, child, woman, I want you to know that you were always wanted, always loved. My own mother left early, those first years flying, scarring low self-esteem to begin the journey of how could I love anyone when my own mother never loved me. I was so cliche. How could anyone hold a candle to that first abandonment? All my life I've tiptoed, begged for acceptance from the closed circle of women, unforgiving, sharing my genetic material. We are so good at sitting in judgment of others, clacking our mouths pursed in disapproval. I was amazed at how they could never say anything good about my achievements. Only my shortcomings, real and perceived, they lamented how odd I am, how different from my mother, but odd nonetheless. The apple never fall far. Watch that tree, it shall come to no fruit. But look at you now. Daughter, bright, shiny apple, tomato, mango child. It is so my intention to be different with you, girl. I'm looking forward to watching you become whoever you will be. I can hardly wait to hear your voice, even in opposition to my own. And we should admit early that politics are hard on mothers and daughters, eh? I expect us to rumble, to wrestle, to create generational bruises that will have to be survived. I intend to partake in the arguments that will have to be apologized for. I've done my best to name you in preparation for a road I imagine will look oddly similar, different from mine. Visible, vulnerable, resilient, rock of beauty, you are my reason for love. Zuri Siale Samanya Chin. I hope your name will help you carry justice in your palms. Keep your intentions clean with the clots of warrior women who came ahead of me. Mine include Madonnas, whores, mad women in attics, old maids, witches, hags, virgins who were never really virgins except when they needed to be. Smart women. Make your own list of saints, daughter. Fundle it often. This rosary of Amazonian nomenclature. Recite them. Chant them as prayer. For your own daughter, for your mother, who often thinks she knows more than she does. Forgive me, my daughter, for the sins I know will stain your childhood with confusion. Later, send you to some stranger's expensive couch to thrash out how your mother never loved you or how she loved you too much. Those damn therapists will always find our hidden dysfunctions. But if I do anything right, you will be fierce. Not necessarily loud like your mother, but you will have cause to challenge me, call me archaic, pick apart my philosophies. I hope we will be able to breathe through it, not unlike the way I breathed through 16 hours of labor contracting. No drugs to fool my body, twisting, transitioning, shaking off the ills of my childhood. Intermittent pains preparing my womb, spreading my cervix, dilating. I was prepared to go all the way, but then you stopped, forcing them to needle tap my spine. 5 hours later, there was no change except your heart beating too fast, beginning the rush of doctors to insert tubes, drugs, hands to encourage you to beat faster, oxygen mask over my mouth. I mumbled the list of saints I keep ready for occasions like this. I said Audrey Lorde, I said Adrian Rich, I said June, Jordan and Pat Parker, Jean Binta Breeze. I called out for your great-grandmother Bernice Perry. I called them over and over again, and your heart began to pulse wild then. Rapid dance, forcing the decision to have them slice me open, smiling hip to hip. Blood red pouring numb in the cold operating room. And suddenly, little girl, you were here. wide-eyed and alert. You surveyed the damage and did not blink. I remember thinking, this child will always send me into panic. Such is the terror of motherhood. You cannot save your child from everything, but you cannot help trying. Flying right into the eye of some hurricane named Sandy because you heard she might have gone to a party there. Wild ride ahead, child. I'm so glad to have you here now. Glad to have you here, taking up space. Here's to your growing. Here's to your blooming daughter. Here's to you finding among us signs that say, welcome to our village. Little girl, welcome to our village. Welcome, welcome. I say welcome to my village.